Hey, when you own a business, you want to reach for the moon and get everything. And when you're reaching for the moon, you're probably reaching through some clouds. And that brings us up to cloud computing. What's going on out there, guys?
Cloud computing is hot these days. So is it right for you? Is it not right for you? It really depends on a number of different variables. It could be, it could not be. Sometimes it's very, what's the word I guess I'd be looking for? Price conscious is
sure.
The nice way of putting it. That it could be very expensive, plain and simple. It really depends on the programs you're running, the back end providers that you're using. It could produce a lot more productivity. It makes you more agile in the sense that you can work from home, you can work from the office, you can work from a business trip in a hotel across the country, across the world really. Because all your platforms are stored in the cloud, you don't have to worry about sitting in your office and having access to your server that's in a closet somewhere. On the flip side of that, it brings in a couple more variables. You're relying on some other people to host your information. So there are a couple different ways to look at it. The big thing that Starfish will always tell you is that we're not going to push you one way or the other. We're going to put both your options in front of you. This is if you do it on premise, this is if you do it in the cloud. And we'll provide you all the pros and cons that you possibly want to know. We don't have a dog in that race. We're going to help you in whatever makes sense for your company as best we possibly can. If you want to go to the cloud, we will absolutely lay out all of your options. If you want to keep it on premise, we'll have that conversation as well. Some people don't like having hardware in a closet. They don't like having to build in an air conditioner to keep their servers cool. They don't like having the infrastructure and the footprint that it takes up on their property. Some folks want all the hardware in the world on premise because they like having the ability to go in there and physically touch it if something is wrong. So it really depends on who you are as a company, what your outlook is, and what your strategy is going forward. If you plan to be more agile, if you plan to be working from home, working remote, cloud might make more sense. If you are an industry where everybody is in the building every day, it might make more sense for you to be on premise. And then at the end of the day, it comes down to the bottom line. If something is, 10 grand versus 200,000, then it seems like a little bit of an easier decision as opposed to they're the same cost, which way do you want to go? So it really all depends. Which way you should go is completely up to you.
And it's not black and white. There's not an all or none in this situation. You could do what's called hybrid cloud, right? And that just means what applications or what services you're running on premise that might make sense, right, to run in the cloud because they're more reliable, they'll be updated faster, they're more secure, or it's more cost effective to put it in the cloud than try and continually to run it in-house. So we have that discussion. We go through a thorough analysis. It's not just, here's everything, here's how you should move to the cloud. It's here's what you can do, right? And here's what might make sense for you to do. So you'll get our experience, right? When you talk with us about, is the cloud right for us? And we'll show you different ways you can utilize cloud services. So maybe it's not everything in the cloud, but maybe it's key services that are mission critical to your operation that you want in the cloud. So you're willing to pay a little extra, if you will, to have that non-stop service. And that way you're always producing what you need to produce to make your company successful.
Yeah, we've in some of the other videos talked about how deep you guys go into understanding their business and what they need, and that's a valuable thing to help make this decision. And interesting, didn't realize you could sort of split up the duties. And is that the right thing? Could be. To cloud or not to be? Not to cloud, I guess that's the question. But you know what? If you want help with that answer, Starfish Computer is a great place to go. And these guys know a whole lot. Stop by starfishcomputer.com. There's some other videos there. We can get to know how they think and how they would approach your business and bring you into the Starfish hug. Yeah, really, it kind of is. And they're going to take great care of you. So well worth it. Starfishcomputer.com. Check it out right now.